Hello, my name is Suzanne McInroy, and this is a presentation for Bethel University's Strategic Leadership in Higher Education course. For this presentation, I will spend some time exploring the College of Arts and Sciences at Bethel and suggest an adaptive change related to the tenure and promotion process. During the next 10 to 12 minutes, I will outline the organizational benefit of faculty members serving the university through mentoring students, recruitment, and alumni relations events. Although this type of service happens naturally for some faculty members, I will suggest an adaptive change to better define university service criteria in the tenure and promotion process in the College of Arts and Sciences at Bethel University. Let's start by defining the organizational problem more. What we know. Positive interactions between faculty and students, as well as between faculty and alumni, happen regularly at Bethel. We know this through data from alumni surveys, anecdotes from students, and events faculty volunteer for. Through these same sources, we also know that these interactions have a lasting impact on our students and graduates. However, there is no formal system to encourage faculty to serve the university in this way or to give credit to the faculty members who already are serving in this capacity. But what if that were to change? Could it lead to an increase in faculty serving the university and, as a result, an increase in enrollment, alumni engagement, and donations? In this presentation, I would like to apply adaptive thinking to change the system to better record and acknowledge the ways that faculty members are serving the university through opportunities like mentoring students, speaking to prospective students, and engaging with alumni and donors. According to Heffitz, Grashaw, and Linsky, a leader could approach this vision from a technical approach or an adaptive approach. Let's begin by describing what a technical approach would look like. Typically on a college campus, there are administrators who represent faculty members to other areas on campus. At Bethel, the associate provost would be the one to participate in strategic enrollment discussions as well as conversations with alumni and development. Taking a technical solution to this particular problem would likely involve a top-down approach. The associate provost would tell the deans to tell faculty to participate more in the extra service opportunities for enrollment, alumni relations, and development. They might also solicit stories from faculty about meaningful mentorships or research partnerships with students to pass along to marketing. The result would be a check of the box. The associate provost and other faculty leaders could say they passed along the message to faculty. At the same time, they could maintain order with their faculty members by not burdening them too much. However, the result would likely equate to little change. If there is no tangible benefit for faculty in doing what was requested other than kindness to another area on campus, the information passed along will be sporadic and probably from faculty members the offices already work with regularly. Overall, not much will change. What if instead leaders took an adaptive approach? They began asking questions. They started to diagnose the problem and look for solutions that would lead to change. This leads to what Heffitz, Grashaw, and Linsky describe as diagnosing the system and then mobilizing the system. Heffitz, Grashaw, and Linsky outline three main steps when diagnosing the system. First, one must consider the components of each system. Second, when approaching this adaptive challenge, one must determine what parts of the system you need to keep, discard, and change. Third, it is important to consider the political landscape, or what the authors call the web of stakeholders. At Bethel, the organizational structure in the College of Arts and Sciences most aligns with the collegial organizational theory and the collegial culture theory. In terms of structure, that means the College of Arts and Sciences uses a traditional academic organizational structure. After considering the structure, culture, and defaults, one must next determine what parts of this system would be best to keep, discard, or change. In the traditional collegial model, a commonality for all faculty members is the tenure and promotion process. In order to secure tenure and get promoted, faculty members must demonstrate excellence in teaching, scholarship, and service. This foundation would fall under the keep category, but the aspect to discard is the hierarchy of the three areas. In traditional collegial organizations and cultures, service falls to the third spot in the tenure criteria rankings. In a research institution, scholarship would place the highest, and at a teaching-heavy institution, teaching might be first. But what remains the same is service comes in last. This is where one sees room for an adaptive change. For the third step, we move along to consider the web of stakeholders. This list is long and spans the whole university. On one side, you have staff members in admissions, marketing, alumni relations, and development who recognize that when faculty demonstrate their commitment to students, including prospective students and past students, it benefits the university through increased enrollment, alumni engagement, and donations. In the middle, you have administrators who are trying to bridge the gap between requests from staff of faculty and balancing all faculty responsibilities. Finally, you have the faculty themselves who are trying to navigate their responsibilities of teaching, scholarship, and service while also hearing the message from leadership that everyone has a part to play in enrollment and fundraising. Thinking through this list also brings up a few challenges worth noting. For the last decade, Bethel has had numerous financial challenges to navigate. Many staff members have expressed they are continually being asked to do more work with less resources. This sentiment could be expressed by faculty members as well with this request. Similarly, if faculty members are asked to assist more in administrative areas, they may express an attitude that they have to do everything at the university, implying that staff are not doing their jobs well. This challenge would touch on the political landscape as well as the cultural, with the separation between faculty and staff. However, there is also an important positive precedent to mention. It is worth noting that the College of Arts and Sciences has already made changes to the tenure and promotion criteria around scholarship by elevating the scholarship of teaching and learning. As Tagg discussed in his article, the scholarship of teaching and learning can alter the reward system if credit is given to faculty for research that bears fruit in pedagogy and curriculum design. What Tagg describes exists in the tenure and promotion criteria for the College of Arts and Sciences, which means there is a precedent for change in this area and of this magnitude. This leads us to mobilizing the system for change. Considering the diagnosis, a successful path toward change will start within the existing structure of the College of Arts and Sciences. There are two committees to approach: Tenure and Promotion Committee and the Faculty Development Committee. For the Tenure and Promotion Committee, the goal would be to have them consider better defining the options faculty have for meeting the service criteria of tenure. Currently, service falls into three categories: academic advising, service to the university, and service to the community. Under service to the university, the following are listed: mentoring of students, university-wide committees, faculty committee, departmental committees, advisor for student organization or other group, participation in recruitment, and public relations activity. What I would propose is to provide examples for mentoring students, participation in recruitment, and public relations activity. The criteria should also be revised to state how much service in each of these areas would qualify. In other words, does a faculty member need to have service in all 7 bullet points or just one? And what would make for a stronger tenure portfolio? In addition, during the tenure and promotion process, faculty are asked to define their 5-year growth plan in teaching, scholarship, and service. Again, if offices on campus had an opportunity to suggest to faculty ways they could get involved in service to the university, it might help faculty provide a stronger 5-year growth plan in service in their tenure portfolio. Similar suggestions could also be made with the Faculty Development Committee. Currently, the Faculty Development webpage includes resources related to professional roles for faculty. They include the Scholarship of Teaching and Learning, Service, Faith Integration, Engagement with Professional Community, and Grant Writing. Each category includes extensive information except for Service, which only includes one example. This seems like a natural place to increase the examples, including ones related to mentoring students, assisting with recruitment, and participating in alumni relations activities for the university. A few final suggestions for mobilizing the system include presentations on what service looks like at faculty retreats, library talks, etc., training from administrative offices highlighting ways faculty can get involved in service to the university through recruitment, alumni relations, and fundraising. And finally, find a way to highlight successes far and wide. Faculty should receive public praise when service they participated in had an effect. Let's return to some points made near the beginning of this presentation. I asked if an increase in faculty serving the university could lead to an increase in enrollment, alumni engagement, and donations. In order to answer this question, it will be important to set up a way to measure if this adaptive change causes any improvements in these areas. But, as Heffitz, Grashall, and Linsky mention early in their book, have an experimental mindset and take risks. In other words, if this change results in a positive impact on the university, great. But if not, learn from the process and apply those lessons learned to another area to create change.